everyone. Today we're having a wee wander in the Argyll Alps, and trust me, it's freezing, but it's still very beautiful. We're here at the top of what they call the Rest and Be Thankful, which was an area that was used by the soldiers in the late 1700s, early 1800s. And there's a stone here that they erected, and on the stone it has the words "Rest and Be Thankful." So as you can imagine, soldiers walking, especially at this time of year, they would be glad to have somewhere to sit and have a rest.
Sit up there, Unicorn.
I think that might be part of Benim. It's sort of like...
Yeah, Benim. There's a bit of work being done just now on the actual road up to the Rest and Be Thankful, and it's quite steep. What happens quite often is you get landslides coming down. There's the traffic, and it stops both ways until they get on with whatever it is they're repairing, and they've been taking measures to try and stop some of the landslides, or all of the landslides, should I say.
Right, although we're on the Rest and Be Thankful, as you can see down there, that is the road that brings you up to the Rest and Be Thankful. And it's a bear will come with me. This way takes you past this and down the other side. You come to a place called Loch Head. And around here, this is Ben and Lochin, I think. And then further round and further round, the road carries on from here, goes right down into the path, and you'll come to Butter Bridge, and beyond that, lots more Alps. Although I say Alps, they're not really Alps, but that's what we call them here.
The Argyll Alps.
The Argyll Alps. Now, if you look closely down this way, you'll be able to see the old military road.
As you can see, the military road goes all the way down the glen as well. Well, and you've got various little places to have a view, little car parks, and that's us facing straight onto Benim. And if we pull out, you see there's a wee burger stall. We'll call it a burger stall, but they sell all sorts of stuff. Camper vans and everything come up here because the views are absolutely magnificent. I can't describe it in any other way. And
I think today they'll all be in there for their coffee and a roll, because it is so cold.
There's those two that were out for a walk are standing over there. They've been drinking tea and coffee. You didn't see them, but it was a couple of women that we saw that had went out for a walk. And as we were out there, oh my goodness.
The thing about Scotland is it's cold, but on a day like today, when it's really windy, it makes it 10 times worse because that wind will cut you in two. It really will.
It's sore. We're just going to head out. This is very cold, Unicorn.
Yes.
So head out. I mean, that mountain in front of you and up to the left of you is obviously, as Unicorn says, Ben and Lochin. And there is a Lochin down there. Lochin, again, to remind you, is another word for a little loch.
A little loch.
In England, you would call them a lake, and probably in most places in the world that speak English or whatever, you would probably just call them a lake of some sort. It would be lake whatever. Like Windermere being a famous one. We've been down there, but anyway.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, it's warming up now. We've got the heating on, and there's somebody out on the Lochin, at the edge of the Lochin, taking photographs. Now this is a lovely journey coming round from Argyll, heading out towards Inveraray.
Inveraray is beautiful as well. We've been there too. It's a very interesting deal and history behind that, as there is in many of the places in Scotland.
The snow that you've seen is quite light just now. I have no doubt it'll get a bit wilder. We've still got another 6 weeks or so of winter to go.
Yep. And quite often in the west of Scotland, we don't get the worst of our winter until kind of mid-February, end of February, sometimes even the beginning of March.
Now these mountains are just majestic. Oh, what's that? Tron bikes? Now you will see a lot of people park up in various places and they just go out for a walk. And the scale about here is it's so vast. It's absolutely gorgeous. You think you see trees in the distance and things, and you think, well, they look tiny.
Well, they're not really.
In comparison to the mountains. So the unicorns decided to help out with a wee bit of camera work here.
If it's wobbly, you can blame me. Please don't say it's erratic. Because I'm freezing as well.
I will need to get a wee fitting for the window. We'd actually intended going to a place called Argyll, but when we went into we took Google gave us a route in, and it's turned into a forestry holiday place where you can hire various cabins and stuff. And there is a hotel in there, etc., and various walks. We might do that on the way back. We won't video all on the way back, but we'll give you, if we can, we'll give you a view into Argyll. We think there is a car park that we can stop at and have a nice walk about the countryside there. And I've just guzzled, five cookies, unicorn.
Yeah, 5 cookies.
The unicorn bought me 5 big double chocolate cookies.
Cookies.
I'm actually wishing I hadn't eaten them all. It was a bit greedy of me. Now I'm feeling a bit peaky. Or a bit pukey, as we say here in Scotland. I don't think I'll be sick. Probably won't be sick.
No, you're never sick.
That was just too many.
I was more restrained. I just had a caramel log. So good.
Unicorn was being restrained. She's usually munching on every sweet thing you can see. And to the left there, you can go to Dunoon and get a ferry across to Rothsay, etc. But there's another wonderful place down there. It's a botanic garden. Oh crap, can you remember the name of it, Unicorn?
Benmore.
Benmore. Benmore what?
Benmore Botanic Garden.
Yeah. It's huge, by the way. If you're going to go there, you'll get to see a lot, pretty much no matter what time of day you go, but it really is best to go during the day. Sorry, it really is best to go early in the morning and make a whole day of it because it is vast. I think we'll take a wee trip down into Cairndow, honey.
Okay.
You got a lovely inn down here, Cairndow Inn. I've been down here, I think I've taken you. Have I taken you? Once or twice. Single track road, so just take your time. And this takes us down to... I'm not going to tell you this time. Wait and see. I'll give you the surprise when we get down here. Maybe it's been so long since I've been down here, Unicorn.
It's been a good while. Mm-hmm.
I was actually going to say there that I don't recognise some of this. And I think the times that we have come down in the past, it's been right in the middle of summer, apart from once.
The thing is that it seems familiar at the moment. So you're in a magical mystery chair with us.
I was never going.
Bear does them quite often, so I'm used to it.
Does what?
Magical mystery chair. For those of you who are old enough to know the song.
I was almost about to burst into song again, but I don't think I'll bother hurting their ears. I won't hurt our viewers' ears. It's Ardkinglas Woodland Garden, that's what it is. There's a woodland garden.
The Gruffalo Woodland Trail.
Anyway, we're not going in there today.
We're not going in there.
Let's take you down a bit further. 30 mile an hour zone, but 10, 15 is plenty down here.
Church. Very old.
That's a very old church, that one.
Yes, it's Kilmorey, Church of Scotland, Argyll Head and Kilmorey.
So there's the church in there.
Church of Historic Interest, it says.
We could park and take a wander in, but I get the impression the unicorn's thinking, ooh.
Exactly.
Anyway.
I wasn't expected to be that cold today.
No, neither was I, but we should have took our gloves.
Yes.
So this is Cairndow.
I've got my hat on and I'm still freezing. Even with gloves, they could be much better, but anyway.
It's a lovely little village in
Kilmorey.
Cairndow. You see a few.
It says Kilmorey.
I've come on up there, but you see a few houses as we go along, but most of them are up behind. Somebody's had a
It's
fight.
another one of my favourite things.
Yeah.
A lodge, it looks very unusual. Stagecoach Inn.
I've been in there, that's nice.
We've been in there once, twice,
It's closed.
but it's closed. Because it's
There's usually benches and stuff out, but they don't appear to be here. No picnics, it says. Private property, please keep tidy. Just turn, because we're going to go back up that way. Wow, look at that.
Discovering Cowl. Cairndow.
Yeah.
So if you're ever down this way, there's a lovely wee information board there.
Well, Unicorn doesn't know it yet, but we're getting out.
I don't know where to get. On the shores of Loch Fyne.
It's very fine, isn't it?
Which is on the Cowl Peninsula.
Yeah. It's Loch Fyne, but it's spelled F-Y-N-E.
F-I-N-E. Very famous. The Cowl Games are something that's held in the area of Dunoon, which are world famous.
Yeah, it's a good
But I know because I used to compete in them.
Yeah, a good few miles further south.
It's long way down that way, but it's still part of the Cowl Peninsula. And as a little unicorn, I used to compete in them.
Unicorn was a dancer.
On the other side that we mentioned already is Inveraray. And then any fisherman that you like to fish, there's a big loch there called Lochs, which is famous for fishermen. Not that they actually catch a lot, but it's very beautiful, so they go out and do it all day anyway.
Oh, they go out and drink?
They go out and drink. Yeah. Come back and say I got bleep bleep. Oh.
A lot put them back in. Maybe they say, we had 10, but they're talking about 10 cans.
Catching return.
Yeah.
Fly fishing. No, but I mean, they have. My dad used to actually bring home, and we would put it in the tin foil and stick it in the oven and take it out, and it was beautiful. You've had that as well, haven't you, Bear?
Yes.
We're here outside the Stagecoach Inn in Cairndow, and this is like the wee garden area in the car park. It says no picnics, but they normally, in spring and summer, they have benches and tables and things like that out. So you still be able to come and sit outside and have a nice meal and a drink.
Yeah, and you've got the Stables restaurant, which is part of it. Table d'hote and a la carte. We have been in once.
Yes, we've been in once, twice.
So, Unicorn, I don't know if you'll remember this, but I remember coming along here once before on the way home. And there was nobody on the road, and I could see these big, huge headlights in front of us. Well, they weren't switched on at the time, but as it got closer, it turns out it was like an old Morgan or something. And it was an absolutely beautiful car, and the guy was flashing his lights like crazy. They had just put out lots of like wee chips on the road, and it was saying about going slow and stuff. And we weren't going fast, and this guy started flashing his lights at us in the Morgan, and he was that bothered about his Morgan getting scratched that he flung it right in front of us. Literally side on. I was only doing about 20 miles an hour and I had to, obviously at the time, jam my brakes on. I'm like, what the heck's up with him?
Vaguely, I think I can vaguely remember that.
That actual section that we were on didn't have any chips on it, so he had nothing to worry about. Fine Ales Brewery.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that.
We've had a couple of
Aye, so we have.
From Lochfine. Well, as in from Fine Ales. The real ones, the real ale, they're always in the real ale.
Yeah.
It's in there. Lochfine oysters.
Yes, Lochfine oysters. So as we've come out of Cairn down, taking a left, and I come right down this side of Lochfine, takes us down to Inveraray, Unicorn.
Inveraray, yes.
Are there any songs about Inveraray?
Not that I can recall. There probably is.
But if
I don't know you can get good fish and chips in Inveraray. Me and my food again.
I'll just take it easy for these wee ramps because you never know just how steep or deep they are. Now, I'm still on the section of road that's meant to be getting repaired, and the road sign says 03. It wasn't even a 3 because it's upside down. So it was I know something miles an hour. Wow, trees down. Oh, an ambulance. Ambulance.
Fine.
Oh, all of a sudden it's getting busy. What is going on?
It's lunchtime.
Oh, Friday lunchtime, everybody's starting to go home. The mountain that you can possibly see there is not one that I can tell you the name of. I don't know what that is in there. It's somebody's house, I have no doubt. It's a pleasant road to travel along this one.
Yes.
And you're heading down to Inveraray. There's more works coming up here and traffic control, falling rocks, landslides. You do get them. But if you're not from the area and you come along, I wouldn't worry yourself too much.
We've never actually really seen one in our lifetime.
And we've
travelled these roads
many a time.
Many times.
As I said, they do happen, but just take your time. What is that up the top of the hill up there? Can you remember?
I think.
remember. It's some kind of, it's either a fort or some kind of lookout thing. We've taken a wee slight right turn on the same road. Now it's Inveraray dead ahead of us. Now that loch is very, very famous for its produce.
Yes.
There are a few places on the peninsula where you can get beautiful oysters and things like that to take home with you. Oh, it's changed a lot. Wow, it's very, very clean and tidy looking. I mean, it always has been, but this road is nice.
It's been that good. I'd say maybe 20 odd years since we've been here.
Do you reckon it's as long as that? Did we not come down here with yak?
No, we've never brought yak over here.
Really?
I don't think we have.
Oh well, it looks like we're coming back again.
Yes, we will be coming back again. We came with the ex-older brother.
Yeah. And here's the other old bridge in. Stop the traffic on both sides because it's so narrow. Just keep focused on the bridge. A few wee potholes on the bridge there, but nothing nasty. You can probably see the shoreline there as well. I don't think it has any ferries going away from here, does it? So I can go to places like Campbellton or take the right and head back up towards Cray and Larrick and all sorts of places. So this is us passing through Inveraray. Oh. Loch Fine Whiskies.
Yep.
A George.
The George Hotel. The jail in there.
So, after being down, coming out of the rest of the Thankful and heading down the peninsula, down the Inveraray and stuff, on our way back, we thought you'd let you see from the other side of the glen leading into the rest of the Thankful. It's quite a sight to behold. Only for at least 50 here. You all get cars fly up by us here. Look on the right. Yes, they wouldn't, because we drive on the left hand side.
I never gets old. It's one of the things that even it's like when we go to the Trossachs, we've been to so many places in the Trossachs, we haven't explored it all, but that never gets old. No cat.
Love the Jaguar passing us here on the F-Pace. One of my favourites. Another wee bit to go here and then we'll be pulling round to the right, starting to head up more of the hill into the glen. Look at this, it's just absolutely majestic.
So beautiful.
Anyway, so we'll look at this look. Went back into the Loch Trossachs National Park area. I forgot this was part of it. Which is quite funny. So, in essence, Loch Trossachs National Park stretches out into part of Argyll. And then Scenic corner, push forward and turn to the right a wee bit. So look at that. Not that much of that you can see. So it's past the wee loch that we're talking about. You'll see the rest of the Thankful on the side from Argyll Head.
Yep.
There's the Thankful being in there. Just take it easy because we're all hold up the traffic here, traffic lights.
There we go. As Bear mentioned earlier, the reason they're doing this is because they're trying to remove any loose rocks or anything like that to prevent them from rolling down the side of the hill.
So where we're sitting at the moment is right at the foot of, well, we think it's Benny.
Yeah.
And it is so steep, and the ground it gets saturated with rain.
Yes.
That's what the problem is. There's nothing there to hold it apart from grass and moss. There was one really bad landslide, I don't know, just before COVID that is.
Yeah.
And it was really bad. Had to take the old military road that we showed you. And as you were travelling along the old military road, you could see the damage that was done, and all the debris had went away down on your left, and it also went down. There's another drop right down to the old military road on the right there, where you see the digger there, all the debris went away down, and you can see
You can see-
rocks.
You can see all those kind of ring-linked fences as well. There's some of them right there.
Check out that, man. That's one heck of a sight. Must have been a big landslide, I tell you that.
One thing I can say about a lot of these journeys is I'm very glad that there are lots of places that you can go and use the toilet.
Well, there are organised walks as well, especially in places that have rangers and whatnot. You can get an organised walk and the rangers will take you around. So many different shades of green even at this time of year.
This continues for another mile or so. And that's the entrance to the old military roads that have gone full off.
But I can finally feel my fingers again. I was freezing. I was expecting Olaf to make a cameo appearance. I was that cold.
And this one's mentioned our garden, so we're going to pull in here. This one's all full of oak.